Brian. Yeah, I hope I find one too. I'm really excited to try everything. So welcome to the VCA YouTube page. Today I'm going to be trying some E-flat barrels from Corbin Clarinet Products. And Brian's actually in the stream, so if anyone has any questions, you can just ask him all about what he does. And I know he sells clarinets and he makes barrels, mouthpieces, and I'm trying some E-flat barrels today. So let me put my mouthpiece cap on here. I guess before I do that, I can talk you through what I'm playing. So this is my E-flat. This is an R13 from the 1980s. I got it used. And I am really happy with the instrument. I haven't gotten any work done on this clarinet since I became the owner. It was, serviced and cleaned and everything before I bought it. But I have gone through and made a couple modifications here and there with tape. I know that you're probably not supposed to do this, but I did go through, and I don't know if you can see, but I have put a little bit of, you probably can't see very well, but there's a little bit of tape up here in the tone holes that someone told me to put in there to help with some of the intonation that I was experiencing, intonation issues I was experiencing, and it has helped. But then what has happened is now certain octaves are really, really out of tune, and it takes a lot of work to try to lip it up and down. So overall, this clarinet now plays flat. The barrel that I use is a stock barrel. It's just the one that came with the clarinet, and I've measured it, and it's 43 millimeters. So I'm looking for something that is shorter, which is what Brian sent along. He sent along 41 and a half, I believe, is the length. So I'm really looking forward to trying. The mouthpiece that I play is a Van Doren B44 that was refaced by our friend Nathan Beatty. I'm using a Rico H ligature, silver plated. And then I have to double check on the reed because I am all over the place with reeds. This is a Van Doren 4 E-flat reed. So I'm going to put this reed back on. And before I even open up the box here, I'm going to play Fs, and y'all can let me know if this doesn't sound good with the gain. Sometimes I have to adjust, and I've never done a live with E-flat before, so it's possible that it's going to be way too loud, but just let me know. So I'm going to play 4 Fs on the clarinet: Chalumeau, throat tone, clarion, and altissimo. I'm not going to make any adjustments whatsoever with my, with biting, and you'll hear how all over the place intonation is on this clarinet. So here we go. I have to lift that high F up a lot to get it to work. The throat tone is also pretty flat, which doesn't help for a lot of the E-flat excerpts that we have to play. So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm really excited to try some new barrels. So here we go. Here's the box. I'm just going to open it here with my scissors. Yeah, it's taped very well. It's always, I feel like under pressure doing this on camera. Okay, it's coming slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, because it's also glued tight, which is good because it needs to get to me safely. So it's awesome packaging, but oh my gosh. Here we go. Slowly, the box has ripped. All right. Okay, got the box open. And all right, here are the barrels. I'm going to be really careful here. Open them over the desk so that I don't risk dropping them. I do have carpet in this room, but still, you can never. That was probably really loud. I realized I was doing that right next to the mic. Sorry about that. So here we go. I'm going to cut this open as well because it's taped really, really well. Okay. Oh, and they come in these little pouches. So I think there's 2 barrels in each. So I have barrels of all the same length. They're all 41.5. Normally when you're trying barrels, you want maybe to try some different lengths, but I know that I want something really, really short because the pitch is so messed up on this clarinet. So Brian has commented, tape will help bring the pitch down. People also use clear nail polish or putty, but without undercutting it will mess with the 12s. And I have definitely noticed that it has messed with the 12s. So that's just like a quick fix that I did. I didn't do anything. I didn't bring it to any kind of technician to help me with that. So here we go. Let's see what we have here. I've asked Brian to send me 2 different types of barrels. So he makes let's see which one is in here. I think this is with the cutout. Let's see what's in here. Opening up these little pouches. These are nice, cute little pouches. Okay, so here is one of the barrels. Has his logo on here, which I'm sure, yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so here is one of the E-flat barrels. I'm gonna just take them all out and I'm gonna line them up on my desk in front of me. So there's one. Here's a second one. They're so pretty. Okay, and this is what I'm super excited to try. So you'll notice here, this barrel on the back has a cutout. Let's see. Oh, that's a good angle. The light's reflecting on it. You can see that there's a cutout here. This is for if you wanted to use B-flat reeds on your E-flat clarinet mouthpiece. If you try to do this with a normal barrel, so like a barrel like this, or the barrel that came with my clarinet, this stock barrel, it won't work. You'll have to either cut the reed or use E-flat reeds because the bottom of the reed, the bark of the reed will hit the barrel and you won't get a good seal against the mouthpiece. So you have to make adjustments there. This E-flat barrel has that cutout so that the B-flat reed can comfortably sit at the bottom here so that you don't need to actually worry about messing around with E-flat reeds or cutting the bottoms of your B-flat reeds. So this is a really, really cool barrel that I was excited to try. So I'm going to put that on the other side because I want to try. So here's another one with the cutout. And then there's one more pouch that I need to open. And I'm assuming it has probably one of each, one with the cutout, one without. So let's see. Yep, here's the one with the cutout. And then here is the one without the cutout. All right. So I am going to have to mess around with these obviously on my own because I am going to probably buy one if I like one. So I will do lots of trial and error when I'm not on this YouTube live, but I just wanted to play a little bit. And if you guys watched our Bakun unboxing where we talk about a little bit about how to try a new clarinet and see what you like and what you don't like, it's really, really similar for trying equipment. If you're trying a new mouthpiece, if you're trying a new barrel like I am, or a bell, it's a really good idea to just play a simple scale. In my case, F major. I'm just going to play it on my normal setup, just up and down the scale with my regular barrel. So. So that's on my regular barrel. This ligature doesn't do too well. Just trying to take it off, but let's see. I'm going to try one of the ones without the cutout first. So, and I wish I could show y'all. I have them lined up in order. I'm going to keep them in this order so that this is no cutout, barrel number 1. I don't want to mix them up. So barrel's on. It went on really, really easily. So the mouthpiece went in really easily too. So here we go. Same thing. like how that warmed up the sound. I'm wondering how easily that's coming across in the live here, because I know you're not in the room with me, but it really did warm up the sound. And I was able to I have my tuner up on my stand, which is right here. And out of the corner of my eye, I could see everything was much higher, and obviously because it's a shorter barrel, but I really like the sound here. Cool. Okay, take this one off and try the next one. So I'm putting it in the first position here. Taking number 2, which also went on really easily. All right. Sounds really nice. I'm gonna have to do a lot of just like excerpt playing and stuff like that to see. Ooh, this one maybe. There we go. Okay, and we have one more that went in the second position. Also, make sure there's no extra buildup in the tone holes, which will cause flatness as well, especially around the throat tones. And that's what I'm experiencing. I am experiencing a lot of flatness in the throat tones, thumb F especially. That was Brian's comment. I do clean them out with just like a Q-tip. I have like a whole stack of Q-tips here that I use to regularly clean out my tone holes. I just tried doing this. That's not going to work. But it's possible that maybe it's just worth it maybe to just take the tape out. I might do that. I might take the tape out and just try some of these when I'm off camera here. With E flat, you want it to sound with the richness of the B flat clarinet, the tone quality of the B flat clarinet. You want it to sound like a B flat most of the time. There's very few excerpts where you want to sound shrill and loud. That's at least my goal with the E flat. I want it to sound as much like a B flat as possible. These barrels are really helping to warm up my sound. I'm going to go back to my other one after I play on this one, and you'll hear a little bit of a difference. Go back to my barrel, my stock barrel. So this is going in the number 3 position. So already I can notice the sound gets much more shrill on my stock barrel as I'm going up. So it's totally an improvement on what I have right now because it's warming up the sound. That's something that I really need, not even just in my E flat playing, but I always want to make sure that I have a warm sound. I tend to be very shrill sometimes, especially if I'm doing sight reading in an audition. That's where I get really, really shrill because I get nervous and my jaw just starts to clamp down. So that's something I'm working on in my playing, but I just want to warm everything up. I want everything to sound really mellow and really, just warm, because I have no problem sounding shrill. I have no problem playing like a march. I can do that, but I need all the help I can get to sound warm. So that definitely helps. Okay. All right, now let's get out a B flat reed and try the other ones. And Brian, I assume that you don't need to play a B flat reed with the other mouthpieces, but I just kind of want to try it because I've never played a mouthpiece that has this cutout. Now, normally when I put my barrel on, I don't really pay too much attention to how to line it up, but because this has that cutout, I'm going to be really careful to line it up properly here. Okay. All right, so let's find a reed here. I think let's use this one. Oh, that's really cool. So I'm gonna put this on. And I'm having to change the ligature a little bit here. Okay. Unscrew the ligature a little bit more, let's say. Okay, so I've never tried this before. This reed may not work well. So Brian has commented, right, you can of course use the cutout with E-flat reeds, and the cutout should accommodate a wide variety of reed sizes and brands. This one happens to be, I think I looked at it before I put it on, I think it's a Van Doren V12. So here we go. I'm getting a ton of texts coming in, so I'm getting a little distracted. I guess my niece was born today. My cousin just had her baby today, so my family text chat is like coming in. But okay. I'm just noticing that all four of the barrels I've tried, with and without cutout, the sound is a lot more mellow. It's helping to kind of take down that shrill E-flat quality that I personally just don't really want in my day-to-day E-flat playing. The F is still really low on this clarinet. I suspect that has to do with that tape that I have in there. It is still really low, but it's the difference in between the two, between the F and the open G, is much smaller. Before it was like a very, very wide difference, and I'd have to do all sorts of weird things when I was playing my etudes, excerpts, whatever I was working on. But this is a much more manageable difference. It still sticks out a lot because that's just the way my clarinet is right now, but the barrel is helping. All right, let's try. So what I'm curious about is, will I be able to take this? Oh, and look, you can just shimmy it right off the barrel without the reed moving. So that is pretty cool. There, I got it off, and I was worried that this was going to completely come off, and it didn't. So that was cutout number 1. Here we go on cutout number 2, and let's see if we can get it back in. I'm going to see if I can try to do this with looking in the camera here. It's kind of hard to do. You guys get the picture. Okay, I need to be looking at this. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's in. Here is number 2. Cutout number 2. I really like how all these barrels have been quite consistent. Like, they sound the same. I'm going to have to do a lot of with the tuner work on my own. I'm going to have to mess around over the next week and just see, do I like using the B flat reeds? Is that going to be a huge help for me to not have to get B flat and E flat reeds? I've always just gotten E flat reeds. There was a while in college where my best friend Brad, who also plays clarinet, we would sometimes do that thing where you cut off the bottom, but if we didn't have like an X-Acto knife or something, this is so bad, we would actually just like bite the reed and go and bite off for the E flat reeds. We thought it was really funny. It probably was not the best thing to do, but it might be nice to just only have to worry about B flat reeds. This B flat reed here that I have on is a reed that was a little too soft for my B flat. And I can play this reed on my B flat to show y'all. It just doesn't sound quite right, but it seems to be doing fine here. I would have to just kind of mess with it a little bit more and see. Just kind of messing around the intonation. I'm kind of thinking after knowing that this can mess with the 12ths a little bit, I kind of want to take out the tape and see how it sounds without, especially if I'm going to buy a new barrel. I want to see what the barrel can do that the tape can't do, and then I can always put in more tape. I have a whole roll of that tape. So I am super, super excited to try this. I want to try this barrel now with that E flat reed because I've been playing it with the B flat reed here. So let's take this out. And this is a Van Doren 4. All right, so this is going on. And that cutout, it's not even in the way at all right now when I'm trying to use the E flat reed. So that's good to know that, you know, you can use a barrel that has a cutout, and of course you can use your E flat reed. All right, here we go. Still feels just as comfortable, still feels a lot warmer than, oh, I just love how you can shimmy that off without the cutout being affected at all. So that was barrel number 3 here. I'm going to put my stock on one more time. And let's see how it sounds. It's that upper chalumeau that I'm not loving the stock now, that I've heard the tone quality and the warmth and the intonation is just very different with the Corbin barrels. Yeah, I am really looking forward to spending some time away from the camera and doing a lot of recording. I will be recording a lot. I'm probably just going to be playing through etudes and just, you know, listening through. These are going to stay in this order so that I don't forget what they are, you know, without cutout 1, without cutout 2. If you're trying multiple things, I highly recommend you do that. I actually have, I wonder if they'll fit on here. I have this, this, like, it's called a mouthpiece manager. So I'm wondering if they're gonna, oh, look at that. I'm just gonna put these on here, and now I'll be able to keep track of what's what very, very easily. And whenever I try stuff, I just use this. This was an impulse buy at a clarinet conference, and I'm really glad I got it. So here, okay, Brian has commented, I wonder if you notice intonation differences between B flat and E flat reeds when you test them more in depth. Yeah, I'm wondering that too. And I'm gonna spend some time just like glued to the tuner and see what's going on here. I'm really, really excited. So thanks y'all for tuning in. If you have any questions about, I'm gonna comment below, and I'll link this in the description box to Corbin Clarinet Products website so that you can check out all the stuff they got. And I have these on trial, and it sounds like that's something that y'all do, is like a trial on all equipment. Right now, in the middle of stay-at-home orders and stuff like that, it's really hard to try new stuff. So it's really good to know that there are people out there that are willing to send you stuff for trial, because you never want to buy something without having tried it first. So I'm super, super excited to try these. Thank you so much, Brian. We're going to link your website in our description box so that anyone can click on and be able to contact you with any questions. So thanks y'all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this E-flat barrel unboxing. I know I'm going to enjoy playing through these a lot when I get off this live here. All right, guys, happy practicing.